I'm getting this out of the way now before I record any more voiceovers for Act 2. So this is being recorded way in advance before I do any more voiceovers. Final file for this entire game, and final part for Act 2 before we go into Act 3. So hope you guys have enjoyed the completion. But I know when we get to Act 3, there's gonna be a brand new LP on the channel riding along with this, so it's not just pure Astral Chain going on. Technically 2 by the point I'm saying this now, but yeah, hopefully by the time the Act 3 comes out, you guys are gonna be having more variety. Let's just jump in. Let's complete the completion. We're at the final file. File 11. The final thing to do for the entire game and for the completion. And the next time you see another video for Astral Chain will be Act 3. That's it. That's all my intro is going to be for this. We're just going to be here going through the entirety of File 11's completion. And yeah, that's it. If anything, I'm really happy that I've been getting all these these like voiceovers and recordings down, especially with like the limited time I give myself, especially before like I go to work and stuff like that. So I'm very happy that I got all this shit done, dusted, recorded, and voiced overed before just exporting it to the good old YouTube. The color set we have today is the green military set, so we are having a great time. And appropriate for what's going on, since we have to use militaristic force to, well, defeat Yosef. The first blue case we got was one we did before in the LP, the energy drink. Not too bad, but it's there. It's one of the easier ones. It's always gonna spawn when you walk by the the cellar. One of the newer ones is the Lovesick Man. The Lovesick Man, compared to like last time, instead of having feelings for Olive, now has feelings for Brenda, and asks us what does Brenda like. We give him his like straightforward answer, and he'll go find a lappy thing for Brenda. Yeah, so that's just pretty much it. We'll find him like later on within the hub world, quote unquote, for Hal's hideout. So don't worry about that. Just accept it now, and then you'll get it later. Anyway. One of the other things for this chapter this file is Carlos here. You have to take a picture of Carlos here for the photo order. And the reason why I had to like put the screen of what the photo order was because this is technically like my third recording for this beginning. Because two things. And I think I said it before in the previous recordings. One is a simple one. The reason for the double ending on file 10's completion was because if you choose the correct answer in leaving the guy behind, Carlos will just be here since you're asking him to join you. And that is the only way you can get a picture of Carlos in the Drab Civies. So it's good. It's pretty funny. But that's like the only way you can get the photo order, and technically they don't tell you how to grab it. You just have to go through, not dumb luck, but decide, do you still want Carlos to follow the way of justice, or be with you? Pretty much it. Other than that, the second reason why this is like my third attempt into recording this was because, again, one of the cases I did, and one of the cases I missed, was like the one that you are only, or that's only unlockable when you complete everything. And in this recording, you'll see what I mean, and you'll see it like being available from like day one, from like the get-go, which shouldn't be possible unless you're doing it for unless you're doing it for like completion standards, or just you forgot that one case. And generally you're supposed to grab all the cases, complete them on your first attempt, and then once you go back here, you can go back out and see if you're missing anything, or just still walk around the area to see if you're missing anything else. And that's the only way you can see if you are missing one. We're just ending the energy drink one, since it's just the simple one to get, where you just have to collect the ingredients the street chemist tells you, and you just give it to Akira. As said, you saw me do this back in the LP. It's not that different on a subsequent playthrough. But now since we go outside, we're gonna be getting into the new parts of the thing. Also, the reason why I missed I missed the what do you call it? Or I had to re-record again. It's more in the sense that I had to re-record two separate parts. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, I missed some stuff. But in general, I recorded it all together because I'm just like, screw it. I'm gonna need everything. So I'd rather just re-record everything again, just to get like a better, not a better viewing pleasure, but just a better video. This red case here is all about basically, since the whole point we can't see chimeras through our eyes, can the digital eye see these things. So the whole point of this is that, well, we just have to defeat these enemies and protect the drone from taking damage. It's not a pure protection quest for this camera. The camera can get damaged, but I think one of the losing requirements for this for this case is that if the camera gets destroyed, the camera gets destroyed, and you will get a lower rank. So don't let the camera get destroyed. But I know for me, in subsequent attempts of this case, it becomes imminent that I keep getting worse and worse at this case, where the drone gets damaged more and more. And here's the thing, it wouldn't be a problem that the drone gets damaged more and more because of like bad protection and all that. The drone is set behind you, and if you go towards the enemy, turn around, the drone will be facing the enemies, which is completely dumb. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. But like, come on, man. Anyway, there's just a bunch of enemies that will spawn. The first one was just some lightning frogs. Second one was some lightning frog and some aberrations. Round 3 is more aberrations and a like Gladius one. The difference between like the Gladius one and the normal aberrations is that they have more HP to deal. So they deal more damage to you and they have more HP to fuck around with. If you want like a better way to do this this good old thing, I would recommend either doing like Call Burst, self-destruct if you want, because if you want to use your limiter, and if you're like, if you want to use your limiter and don't care about doing Zangetsu, self-destruct basically, when the limiter runs out, the Chimera will just do a lot of damage to everyone. The next one is basically a simple Crash Bomb. Crash Bomb also really helps if you want to set up a mine near the drone if you think they're gonna show up. Blue Shield, honestly recommended for just yourself. How, other than just it being the best skill in the game, what else can I say about it? Another odd one would be if at this point you have a Gravity Storm, because Gravity Storm puts all the enemies in one area, and if you can concise that area, put a Crash Bomb in it, you'll be able to like not have the drone get damaged. And one of the other ones would be, oddly enough, Round Sword, since you have to defeat a bunch of enemies. Round Sword gives chip damage to everyone you're fighting, especially if you're doing sync attacks. We finally found Poseidon, and instead of being a water frog, it is a thunder frog. But it's a brand new enemy. I already took a picture of it before. And the whole gimmick for me when I fight is a simple thing of doing how to stun it. And if you want, you can do slow attack to increase the stun timer, since it slows down the stun timer. And then I do a hit rush to keep piling on damage when with like another Legion, so I could just wait. Another one, and then after that, it's just as simple as just doing damage with the Axe Legion, especially in its weak spots. But literally just defeat the Poseidon, and then that's the end of the case. After the case is done, the guy will say that all the data got corrupted and all that. So that's just how it is. And especially if you get like a very minimal damage, it still will be like that. The next blue case here is a pretty simple one, but one of my more favorite ones because it is funny to do, but in the premise of what you're supposed to do, it kind of makes sense for like letting a child play. The whole point of this is that the mother here wants to go to Zone 08 because something come up and they need her immediately, but she can't leave her child alone or unattended to. So basically she asks her player character, and Olive shows up to help out as well. And to keep the child entertained, Olive says that we are a magical person, like a witch. Basically, we have to do some Legion tricks to surprise the girl. The first one is literally pushing the boxes. Either you can summon your Legion and aim it, or if you have Call Burst, it makes it just simple. The second one is that she can make stuff levitate, meaning we have to use the Arm Legion to grab a sign and just throw it, doesn't matter where. And the last one is just levitation, like you're riding a broom. You just ride your Beast Legion, you'll be fine. You can go in a circle, hop back and forth, doesn't matter. After that, it's pretty simple. You just beat the case and you'll be done, but it's one of my favorites because just the imaginations of a child, just entertaining them with the Legion and all that, it's pretty funny. Anyway, going on forward, basically, the more cases that will show up is much more simpler, but they're more longer. And if anything, when I was doing the completion again for this entire file, I missed 2 cases. Technically 2 cases, which is fine. One was in chapter 1, the other one was in chapter 2. And what's even funnier is that when I was doing this and I looked through the chapter files, there's only like I think 3 or 4 chapters in this file, but 3 and 4 have or like the chapters have a bunch of cases to do, so you can't just like skip travel to each case and do it. And one of my first attempts, the cat is literally right here. Very simple, just climb up the ladder to this scaffolding to find the cat. It's very easy. Got it on on a different attempt, so I just brought it in here so you guys can see. Don't forget that is the final cat for base game, and I do say final cat for base game. There's still more cats to collect in Act 3. I'm not saying when, but remember it. Once, if we go back to where Carlos was, there's gonna be the Parnases. Excuse me. The Parnases here are gonna do a little challenge. We need to catch them before they finish their masterpiece. And basically the whole point of that, you can just ride your Beast Legion. You can get off your Beast Legion, and if you attack both of them early, you can how 2 of them for the price of 1, and then just either auto bind them or just manually bind them to deal damage. And the whole point to get an S plus on this like on this case is that they can't go, or the graffiti spread can't go above, I think, like 15 to 20%. You need to stop them immediately. The higher the percentage of the graffiti spread, the harder it is to just stop them. And it's not that it's impossible to deal with them. It's more in the sense that you need to catch them immediately and fast. They don't give you a chance to catch all 3 of them in the beginning. If you can, I don't know, at me on Twitter to show me that you did it all in 1 attempt. But usually I try to usually you try to catch the 2 going down in like 1 attempt to mitigate backtracking, because like it makes it harder for you to go because they both split up after that. You just shoot your Beast Legion at them, they'll get stunned, and immediately prog a How. They'll both get stunned immediately, 2 in 1, and then you grab the last one, and that's the end of the case. Ow. Pretty simple, but I'm just going around to find the rest of the stuff. More of the cases here are different. I remember one of the cases I did was another one of my favorites, but it's kind of annoying, and I will explain it when we get there, because in a previous recording, and I not that I didn't save it, I think I didn't save it, but I didn't show it into the actual recording here is because, well, not that it didn't matter, more in the sense that it just found it funny. But it just, what do you call it? It's another Billy's Pass situation where if you get caught, you'll be fine, but it really was dumb. If you go to where the dump was, you'll find the lovesick man and you have to blue shift him. And then after that, you just, you'll say that you found a Lappy keychain and all that. So he's just gonna be going back to the hideout. You can start this immediately and have it like saved in the background, or save it for the last and then go back with them. Either way, you have to go back. If you go to the dump here, there's gonna be a bunch of enemies that spawn, which is basically a good old 2 fire cats and a hellmouth, if I want to call it that. Pretty good. But yeah, other than that, it's just a pretty simple fight here. These fire cats are really annoying, but because we fought them before, and especially since I did a blue shield, it makes it easier. But yeah, no, there's just a fight to get here. No red case here, just defeat them, grab the free gene code, the ability codes, and you'll be fine. You're supposed to go here after, like, saving him, if you want to see where, what happened. And if anything, we see good old Cryus again. And like one of the times that I didn't want Stinger was, or like the one time I actually didn't want the 360 input was the Cryus one, because if anything, though Cryus is big enough to be hit by the 360, I just wanted to get the, since I got the Stinger input, I just did the sync attack because it made me hit him and then bring him back down after the hit rush, which makes it easier to get the 360 to put a mine on him. But since we fought the Cryus, just take him out. And pretty simple dump fight. We just came in here for a single chest. That is all. And yeah, that's all. You just come here for that one chest. All these enemies are just here to cause damage. Also, I'm just like looking around at the guide here to see if I was missing something. And I know in the previous attempt, I took a picture here, which was a picture of the dumps. which counted for the Collectopedia and all that. So you have to be on the specific spot, aiming somewhere else to get a picture of the dumps. It's pretty funny, but if you don't know how to grab it, it's fine. Any more cases here, if I can sum them up, is basically another Billy's Pass where you have to follow someone. I think another gate denial, and I think a chimera, and that's it. And then we get to move on. I know this is one of the shorter chapter ones compared to the last one, the one from chapter 5. Or the one compared to chapter or file 10. The one for file 11 is a lot more smaller in comparison, which I do like. They just made it smaller, so you can just do it and then immediately go to Yosef's house and beat his ass. But other than that, it's just a pretty simple thing. I'm collecting more. I went back to where the detector was, and I just wanted to grab some of the items here before moving on. Chest on the bottom from this time instead of the top. Going on the top, though, we get to grab a dropped item and more of the red matter. After this, red matter doesn't become like useful anymore for red matter removal. The final red matter removal here was already collected. But yeah, no, it's pretty simple and all that. The only thing that we're missing for now is just achievements based on skills from legions, using set skills, and nothing else. Chest here on the side that you can probably forget. Also a drop item if you're not looking forward. Missed twice completely. And what do you call it? There's another quest coming up that I do like, but I think it's one of the other reasons why I had to redo this. Either way, you can just start off from either analyzing the Chimera tracks and then blue shifting him, or immediately blue or do the opposite. But basically, this unwell man says that he was on his way with his girlfriend, and then some winged monster took her. And he's asking like one of the special forces that deals with this stuff was here to rescue his girlfriend. So we're just trying to find the end of the Chimera trail to save his girlfriend. And the way to do it is that you're supposed to actually go up the ladder, because the decision of where it is that since it was a winged enemy, it is on this box. And the only way to grab that is through the scaffolding. Fooled me when I first played this, and I was wondering how to get there, but after that, it's pretty funny. This astral plane, it's a doozy. I will say there are 2 chests in this area, and the first one is pretty simple to grab. The other one requires more of a platforming prowess that apparently I still do not have in Astral Chain. So yeah. Whole point of this astral plane is that we're supposed to go to the bottom of it, so like go under the floor to like the bottom floor to activate a yeah, like activate like some astral matter to make this room more livelier. And I will say this, getting off topic for a bit. Honestly, when I first played this case, I really did not enjoy it, because it was more annoying in it, if anything. And there's no like not clear way to do it, but after a while you just get not so used to it, so just against it. When I came back to here doing it multiple times, it's like one of the few astral planes that I dreaded to do, like over and over again, especially when I first completed this. First, like, did the completion for this game, like this base game. So, yeah. Anyway, to get the first chest, we have to just drag this astral platform to near the end of its circle. if the pillar interacts with it at all, it causes it to disintegrate. So, ooh, do be careful and time your movement of the platform so it doesn't collide with the pillar. If you know what you're really doing, you could just move it near the edge of the circle, and then you could just jump across before even falling. I wouldn't recommend that though, but that's how it works. That is where the first chest is, and I honestly would say grab that first before doing anything else in this astral plane, because this one is really out of the way. But now we just get to go back up and press the 2 buttons we passed up earlier, and that's how more livelier this room's gonna be. I don't want to spoil the surprise until it shows up, but I will say that this is the file that I remember to upgrade my legions again. Once you step on the 2 buttons, a bunch of pillars spawn, and they start moving in directions, and we have to change up across while avoiding the pillars. That wasn't that bad for like my 3rd attempt on this case. Here a second. But time for the more annoying part. To get the second chest, we have to change up across these platforms towards the edge, towards this platform there. This is one of the few chests I missed, and I'm very surprised that 2 times the game let me back on the platforms when I thought I was gonna screw up. Basically, we just have to ride them back to where we were, dive off, and we get to move on forward with the case. That was the final chest we can collect here. It's not that bad, but do remind yourself that there is a chest up there after you spawn in the platforms. That segment sucks because you can either get stopped by a pillar. There are times where pillars cross each other and it crushes your legion, meaning you have to wait there. And if you're in a bad position, it causes so much panic. Now that we're here with the fight with Padarge, we just basically, it's another protect mission, fight mission. Padarge is more of a wyvern-esque, yes, I play Fire Emblem. More like a wyvern dragon-esque thing. So it's gonna be fun. And more throughout the fight, the girlfriend will start moving, not into the arena, but going into different parts of the arena, and Padarge will follow the girlfriend. Excuse me. So it's like a way of saying, get onto the next area before she gets any damage. If she gets damage at all, don't worry. You're not gonna be graded on the ability to do this fight unscathed. But it's more required, it's more like generally in your favor if you do go through this fight and have her unscathed. But other than that, Padarge is not that bad. It is a brand new wing type enemy, so do take a picture of it before you defeat it. But yeah, after that you just have to talk to the woman or the girlfriend and you'll just be able to leave this place immediately. Very simple. We just go back to where the boyfriend was, so you don't have to walk all the way, and you're back to doing your normal runs. Anyway, S+, pretty simple. Just focus on fun there, and you'll be fine. One of the other chests in this area, not that I didn't enjoy, but it was just funny to find it. When I first found it, I was like, oh crap, this is where the chest was. But nah, it was like more of a first time playing the game instead of just like a recording thing. But basically, other than that, we just get me, I think I'm doing like 2 more quests if I remember correctly. 2 or 3, and then we're done. I know one of them has to be one of them is the Lovesick quest, which there. We have to go back and finish that one, but there's 2 more we can do. Like 2 or 3, I don't remember off the top of my head, of what we can do and finish it. Just get the red matter here and climb up the ladder to grab a chest, and if we go all the way to the end of the scaffolding, there is like a trail of, or like a circle of red matter there that we can collect. So grab that, we could just dive back down and move on forward with the rest of the quest. One of the other, if I can just say, like, one of the other red cases that I already said one was like abilities fast. The other one's like against one of my least favorite enemies in this game, because Act 3 just made me very much hate the enemy. I mean, normally it's still terrible, but yeah. Before even doing the case though, I just wanted to go here because yes, just like in file 10, there's still red matter up here, so just collect that and go back. In the area where we fought the people with the dig spots, if you dig here, and this is the one where you have to do when everything else is complete, that enemy we dug up will just go into the Astral plane. We follow it to the Astral arena, and we have to take down a brand new Chimera. God damn Echidna. I really do not like Echidna. A brand new Serpentine enemy, and this Serpentine enemy, Serpent type, I always try to say Serpentine. The Serpent type enemy is more annoying because it shoots the big old Astral balls at you. Also, one of its attacks is that it keeps spinning in place super fast, and it does damage. And when I mean damage, it chews through HP bars. And you may be thinking like it's not that bad now. Once we get to the Act 3 part, you'll see what I mean. But God, it's annoying. This is the attack I'm speaking of. It just keeps revving up like that, and if you're in the middle, it will chew through your HP bar. And it's one of the enemies that will keep attacking even if it's howled, but after it being howled, it will just be stunned. But still, keep it to its back, you'll be fine. You'll be able to do damage and all that. Especially since putting bombs and all that. The Echidna fight is down. But replaying this fight on my first attempt coming back here, it's like my second attempt recording the the case. I actually lost the life on that one. Still shows that I still do not like the Echidna fight. But that's just me. If you guys find Echidna much more easier than I do, props to you, because I can never do. This little conglomerate here of good old red matter tells us that there is a buried item there, and that is one of, I think, 2 or 3 in this case. But there's a lot of red matter here, and once we walk up to these people, they'll turn to aberrations that we have to defeat. And they're very simple to beat. Just I always like fighting them with the 360 sync attack for the Sword Legion, especially with the with the slow attack upgrade. After that, 2 elemental enemies will show up. Very annoying to deal with, but just defeat both of them at the same time, you'll be fine. After the 2 elemental enemies, I think one more like wave here shows up. Yeah, as soon as you're done with that, the good old golden slime shows up. And this is the time where you have to fight the final golden slime to collect for the gold slime achievement. And it is pretty funny. It's there, done. Defeat all the slimes and you get the Slime Slayer achievement as well, which gives you some other stuff to collect. But all the gold slimes have been taken. There's no gold slimes in Act 3, which, thank God. But other than that, we just have to get to the end of this with this case here. And this is why I say it's like Billy's past. There's like this argument really. There's an argument happening with these two people. And we're just here to help out, but before even helping out, there's a buried item here as well. So before even talking to the guy, just pick up this buried item and you'll be fine. Even if you're done with the case, you can still pick it up, so don't worry. Basically, this man is saying that the guy's on has been concerned about him and that he has changed recently and all that. So he wants us to like help out, and he's asking like why a police officer is here in the first place. Don't worry about that. So what we're trying to do is basically trail this guy without being caught. It's a combination of Billy's past, where we can do this fast for an S+, but also that one case in File 6 where we were following that one person on behalf of Carlos. And here's the thing. One of the points to grab is also in plain sight, and one of the ways to get in plain sight is that if you crouch in the little blue circles here, you won't be in the spot of doing the animation and all that. Also, this part here is annoying with the glass. Basically, if you step on the glass, the guy will immediately turn around to see who's following him, and so you have to like go wide.
Information display.
But at this part here, is one of the more funnier parts. There's a bunch of red matter that only shows up during this part, and we have to collect it. If you walk up behind him, he will spot you and say, "What are you doing?" I accidentally did this on my I think my first attempt doing this, and I thought I screwed up immediately on doing an S+. Little did I know that when I finished this case, I still got an S+, even though I got caught. So I'm just here like, what the hell? Another thing to worry about is that this kid runs over the glass, and we just have to hide from him. So yeah.
Iris, shut down. Iris, startup. Information display. Iris, shut down.
Sorry for no commentary for the rest of that red case. Man, imagine having some decency to yourself. Anyway, back to what I was saying is that the whole red case is that you're supposed to follow that guy. And once you get to that final part, you go into this little area that's only exclusive to this case and this file. You never come back here. Other than that, basically they want to stop like a camera ambush and all that. But like the most simple way to do this is that you just do a good old howl, slow attack to do more damage, and then immediately a spin cycle. Get through that pretty unscathed. We just told them that it's dangerous to be here, that they need to get out, but they don't listen. And then karma gets them. Basically, this chimera shows up out of nowhere and, well, changes two of them into a aberration. Say hello to Eris. Eris is one of my more favorite looking designs for a human type chimera. Eris here is having basically like the Zamasu treatment, if you remember, like at least Zamasu in Fighters, that has like the good old orbs around them. But those orbs are here like not for show. They actually later on through the fight can shoot a laser at us. But this case here is all about good old sync attacks and fun. So don't worry about protecting someone, because the guy we're supposed to save is actually in the corner. So we just have to beat this guy in time and with enough sync attacks. And that's what I mean by lasers. It's a pretty cool attack, but other than that, we just take out Eris and case is done. We just gotta go talk to the tough man, the guy we had to follow before, and yeah. That just puts an end to this case immediately, and we just go back to the beginning of this case. Excuse me. Other than that, is more in the sense that you're trying to, or they were trying to find a way to stop the chimera because the Union stopped helping Zone 09, so it makes sense that they made that group to do it. But once they saw what a chimera is actually like, they just didn't do it. That out of the way, every other case has been done here. We just gotta go back to Hal's hideout to complete In Love Again. And that's pretty much every single case we have to do for Chapter 1. Smaller than the first, but is well earned, especially since what do you call it? It's more well earned since it made it easier for us to just do and move on, because I know the rest of the cases are something. Especially since the final boss is still pretty long. Anyway, back to Hal's hideout we go, and we can finish the rest of In Love Again and move on with the rest of goddamn File 11. Just head up here, and you'll see the guy near the door. Just talk to him, and you get to progress on with the case. And basically, this one kid that is here is crying about want or needing a toy lappy, like it's the end of her life or something. And basically, we just look to the lovesick man, and well, he just gives the thing he found for Brenda to the kid. Very cool thing for him to do, but I know deep down he really wanted to give it to Brenda. But yeah, so much for Brenda's present, he says. But it's something. And I don't remember this correctly. It may just be a Mandela effect or just me misremembering this game. But I remember like me and my brother playing this game before, and we kept talking to him a lot. And basically he is saying that excuse me, that he wants to he'll be able, if he will be able to love again and all that. And I'm just, me and him, we were just talking to the guy I remember one dialogue we said was just since he was playing as a female version of the main character, he said maybe you will love me or some shit like that, and we just said no. I said maybe he was remembering, or that's just something in the game, but you have to talk to that guy so much. But hey. Also, the reason for me like going back here with the good old Beast Legion is because I wanted to go back to the dump, see if I was missing any case, even though we did everything. But also because I was right, this was like the thing I took the picture of the dumps for. So I was reading the guide, so there was like something here you can use and all that, especially with your Beast Legion. But reading through the names, reading through the name, they just I already saw the name of what it was and did it. So just enjoy me reading this through this and hoping to see that I can find the case I was missing. But yeah. Everything was been collected and we just moved back to Cal. I mean, this is what I get for being someone who loves to complete games, but also is very known to paranoia and think that I missed 1 or 2 cases and will spend like an hour at best going through it. Also, I'm really good with directions because I never turn right after going up that ramp, or never turn left after going up that ramp to go back to how. I always go right. But yeah. One other thing is that about this game is that when I first played this for Fall 11, I always kept forgetting one dropped item for like the longest time. And I got it on my first attempt to see if I was missing anything. And lo and behold, I was correct. I got on my first attempt, like every time I showed up to the first part of ARI, I always try to grab it immediately. But god damn it, was it funny. We're only missing like more material code to rank up the rest of our legions, but everyone is at C9 plus, except for the Air Legion, which is at I think C9. We just got an extra code we can use for our Axe Legion, and yeah. So just enjoy me going through this, reading through all of these small boosts I have to give something to my Beast Legion. Either way, got an auto evade 3 with a critical damage 100%. I was reading through the rest, see if I need to change anything. Decided that I had another one for arrows, so I wanted to grab something in its place. Either automatic or another quick cooldown, especially since I wanted to make use of what do you call it? A slow shot. So yeah. Two effect spreads though. Why do I have 2 effect spreads? Anyway. That's like one of the more like efficient ones. Effect spread is that basically you have a buff on. Once you call off the Legion, it'll stay with you for like a couple of seconds until it disappears. So yeah, it's useful, but like you probably already have your buffs on energy drinks instead of Legion skills. But if you are using Legion skills for buffs, you're probably staying on that that Legion for the majority of it. Excuse me. Enjoy the rest of the time of just me going through ability cores, because reading and doing all this is funny. The Axe Master achievement complete. Basically the the black fuck me. The blank master achievement, and that blank means for sword, arrow, axe, arm, and beast. Those are basically for completing an entire ability chart for the Legion. You can get one for the sword, and I think I did it for the sword, and then I got the one for the Axe Legion, because getting that 5th one was also pretty good. To ARI we go, and
so I can handle navigation.
before even going inside in general, just go down the stairs here, and you'll be able to get the final toilet for this case. Or, yeah, for this chapter. We're still missing technically one toilet. But you'll see that in the next episode, so I'll explain it when it's there. But yeah. That's what the toilet is. I didn't show what the thing was. I probably should have. But it's, I think I'd say septic wipes. The final one here, we could just move on. That item right there is the final item I was missing for the entirety of this file. It was just behind some door, or behind like some table. Anyway, we already know what happens in this part. We just go in the elevator, and you can't skip through all this dialogue. You're forced to stay here for just
even imagine. He kept saying
scary exposition. So yeah.
But does he even care about humankind anymore? You saw them.
Other than that, now what do you call it?
What kind of person would
Yeah. Other than that, more in the sense that going on topic for
whatever he's doing,
what I said in the beginning.
and we've got to stop him.
Yeah, no, after Astral Chain is done, we get to do Act 3, and during Act 3, you get to see, like, 2 brand new LPs for 2 other games. One that was recorded a while ago. And when I mean like a while ago, I think I was still doing, I think the voiceovers for 5 and 6. But I will say this, and I will give a caveat for that LP.
Radio jamming.
The first half was good, was recorded decently. The second half, I forgot I forgot that I was recording. And to explain that, more in the sense that I forgot that to have OBS in the background, like as my front forwarding, my front forward thing, instead of Discord, which caused like the audio to jumble a lot. Meaning I have to like make good old OBS a priority when I do stuff like that. And I do that to this day, and though I still get some of those audio hiccups in later recordings for other like multiplayer shit. Surprise, it's a multiplayer game. But multiplayer shit I did. That's just how it is. Clone fight here. Pretty simple case, just defeat all the Octara clones. You're not pressed for time, so just beat these as stylish as you can. Sync attacks, abilities, multiple slashes if you want to do with your Sword Legion, pet shots if you want to do funny Arrow Legion. Limiter for me ended for the Axe Legion, so that was just bad. So I just resorted to just shoulder bashing the clone Akira. Pretty funny. So I'm very happy that one of the latest trailers for Persona 3 Reload, we heard Alex Lee as the main character. I like him as the main character, but that's just me. I don't know, I may have a bias towards him. Anyway. Other than that, we just get to move on forward, and here's the funny thing about this case that we're about to show. To get this case, other than grabbing the chest, we have to go all the way up to the top of the stairs, and once you see the people leave the door, instead of going into the door where they left from, you go all the way back down the stairs. You don't have to wait for the researchers to follow you. They just come here, then they despawn after the brand new case shows up. Agamemnon is a very strong humanoid chimera for us to deal with. Since he's like one of the more like very dark colored chimeras, they get like the innate buff to still attack even if they're howled. But other than that, just come here and same thing again, go for style, go for combo attacks, sync attacks, howl. If you want more time to react to his attacks, go for slow shots, hit rushes. You'll be fine. He's a very fun fight, but he's a very fast human type enemy. Also, don't forget to take a picture of him for your compendium, okay? He does also massive damage if you do not stay on top of him. Jesus Christ. So yeah, just defeat him and we get the S rank for that. And we get to move on back towards the top of the elevator, or top of the stairs. It's very dumb how that one case is done. That you can't get it immediately. You have to go up the stairs. Once you see the people leaving from there, you have to go back down the stairs and all that. And once you do that, you have to deal with the red shifting lab medical here. And now we just get to do the same song and that's we've done before with the rest. But since they're aberrations, we can just deal with them very simply. And while this is going on, I'll go back on what I was saying about the extra 12 keys. One is basically has not been recorded yet. I've done like a test recording to see if I have all the audio stuff suited and all that. But other than that, it's not been fully recorded, but it's gonna be a short LP. But if you guys really want for me to do the completion thing that I'm known apparently for like the long ass bullshit, just I'll just explain my thing when that LP shows up. But this is a very simple case to do. Just get all the aberrations down, don't get hit too much, you'll be fine. I always say try to maximize unscathed for most of these like fighting cases, because it will give you a guaranteed, if not mostly guaranteed points for the S+. Let's find a new route. After this, you get to see another chest here. We can't go through these consoles for some dumb reason. Apparently our character's too thick to go through them. Grab the chest, we'll be fine. And get to move on forward with more aberrations of researchers. I opened the camera to see if I was missing any of these, because yes, aberrations fall into like multiple things. I think the multiple variations of aberrations are the civilians, male and female, so that's 2. Officers, researchers, hermits, and I think that's it. Like those 5, and they all have their gladius modes. And I don't think the the hermits have a filthwing version of theirs, but like 5 different variations for like aberrations. That's like maximizing what's the word? Same old enemy? So yeah, it's nothing too easy. Anyway, we're just trying to fight these clone Akuras that spawn on the bridge again. Just move forward and we're done. Also, there's an item here to shoot. Just shoot it before you leave. I thought I shot it. That one clearly went in, but we had to actually shoot it directly. Or just full charge it. Doesn't matter. It was weird that I didn't take it. We were getting near the Hall of Terrors, but before that we had to defeat the arcade again, and that one was already a pretty hard case to do normally without any of the buffs that we did. Now we have to do it again with all the buffs we have. And he's more easier. I love that fight, but god is he annoying to get an S+, and I always try to say to minimize any time he has to work with. And when I mean to work with, like, don't make him do any attacks. If you can beat him super fast, that is phenomenal and is more likely like the correct way to do that case for Arcane. But if you can't, then you're probably gonna get like an S or an A at best. He's a very annoying fight to deal with. Just walk in here and we get to see the cutscene again. I literally did the power way too early, which caused me to I don't think I got hit, but caused me to do that. But I just did this. I also didn't do slow attack enough to deal damage, so I was just waiting for a good old howl to come back so I can deal with it, which didn't. So I came back to my Axe Legion, just did the full shield to not get hit with the laser attack, then did slow shot into hit rush, and then back to business we go. One of the more sloppier fights that I did with Arcane. And at that point, since I got hit, I thought I already messed up for an S+, because I said it before, I'd rather just try to get an unscathed fight with him, because he is one of the more annoying fights, especially since he is a freezing type enemy. He'll freeze you in place and just do massive damage. But very surprised that I got another S+ on that. Now we're going to near the end of this. We just have to go through the hallway of cutting through the... I call them the wire doors. And then just bouncing through with our Axe Legion before the Hall of Terrors. Jesus Christ! If you guys are wondering why I'm like coughing up so much, in general, over the weekend, like just to give you like guys a date, over the weekend I got a fever from my work, which caused my coughing to come more. To make it worse, if anything, that I've been coughing almost at an instant, which is not good. Because we're at the point where during that fever, I felt like I was gonna like hawk up a lung, which was not good. But I went through the fever. I'm back to normal. But God, was that not a fun weekend for me? Anyway, we just have to go across this poison room, and now we get to do the Hall of Terrors. Again, said it before, just move to the end. If you want to collect all the red matter, that's fine. Get some like red matter removal plus as much as your BCG can handle to get all of the red matter here, because all these red matter actually does collect, or all these red matter does like require for the red matter collector. So if you're like missing some percent, it's all within the Hall of Terrors, so do keep a mind on that. Well, to get to the end here, as stated before, lift up the thing. There's also a cutscene you can skip, but I always love not skipping this cutscene because it's just such a good cutscene. Another right we end, we get to move forward towards another fight with the Ravens. And one of the more annoying fights with the Ravens. So I just plugged up an immediate blue shield and strike to Howl. If at any point, if you want to deal with the the BS of this. I will honestly say, if you don't want to deal with like the bullshit of these ravens dealing with you, I will honestly say either put a Super Armor Alpha, so the little shots can just like the shots from the blaster will not affect you and you can still keep doing your damage, or Super Armor Omega if you just want to brute force your way through this case and get a good rank. But either way, the little P shots that they do is the more annoying thing about that. Blue Shield can do enough to take it off, but it's like 3 hits instead of... Yeah, it's like 3 individual hits and not 3 hits of damage. So we're just getting to the end of this fight here. Just keep doing the same old, same old. The slam attack that the Axe Legion does after the end of its boost attack really does help a lot to keep one of the ravens at least grounded enough so that you can just come in for a second. And since the bomb also comes down, it makes it very simple to just get the other 2. Surprised that that bomb did not connect on this raven here. But in the end, we just have to pop him up, get him out, and just end it. Focus on your style, but if you want a better time of doing this, put Super Armor on and you'll be fine. Now we have to go forward all the way, and we gotta get to go to on some. Yeah. We get to go to like some of the stuff I missed before. Damn, I need water here. There's a chest here we can grab. There's another dropped item I missed in a previous attempt before as well, and a buried item. So basically, we just have to move our Beast Legion towards where the elevator is, and we get to find it. Dig up that one, and that is the final buried item of the entire game. And this here is the final dropped item. So yeah. As soon as we I know I ran back here. The only reason why I had to run back here is because of a case. Like, no joke. Basically, to get this one case is that we have to go all the way towards where the elevator is and not get on the elevator. Once we see like an autosave or some shit like that, we know that it's time to go back into that surprised I got a 360 there. To the to that one room where we fought the ravens to get the well, the second to last red case in this game. Go back here for an Astral investigation, and it's another astral plane. Or is it? Say hello to the final new enemy introduced in the base game of Astral Chain. Lampus, another shell type enemy, another shield type enemy. But this one is special. Instead of it using its shell to shield other people, it uses its shell for destruction. So it puts its shells together to just deal massive damage to you and your legions. So be careful with that. But he is one of my favorite shield type enemies for that reason. Also, don't forget to take a picture of it. He's cool. But yeah, he's Lampus is the final like new enemy introduced within the base game of Astral Chain. And his attacks do a lot of damage. It's basically like he uses the Gladius for his weapon. Say on the part of like Hector and stuff like that. Just wanted to go use some stun grenades as well to like keep him in bay. But this entire arena is more of an open area. But until I got him in a corner, I just kept spamming grenades. Because that one attack he was charging up for is really strong, and I'd rather not have it show up. Wasn't in range. You hit him with a slow attack to just disregard that attack, and we're into near the end of this fight. Lampus, a really good fight. And one of my favorite shell type enemies, because he's the only shell type enemy that will attack other than the Shepherd. Well, the Shepherd and the hooded enemy. Final red case done. We get to move on with the final parts of this game, and it's the same song and dance. So you guys remember the whole chilly elevator where we had to deal with it.
Chimera's outside too? Damn,
I always still get hit with one of them, and I don't know if it's just like the lag from the switch that causes me to like always get hit because I always run into one of them, or just something else, but I always get hit during the beginning of that one like the beginning of this case, and it's super funny but kind of annoying to me. Anyway, you guys already know like what this whole thing is. Basically just fight waves of enemies in the middle of this in the middle of this good old arena before we get to the top of the elevator to fight our twin again. Same song and dance, but it's the same thing before.
they're still coming. Look out!
Go for style, go for fun, and don't forget that Hal is your best friend, and probably will be finished charging in between each fight. So do get that in your mind. This good old freezing, or I think Ice Maiden is what it was. He's the only one that shows up into this, or not shield. The Shield Maiden is the one that shows up in this one, while the Ice Maiden was in the previous file. But yeah, take her down, and we get some fun before the freeze toads, the ice toads. Get them all stunned, do slow shot and hit rush again, and same old 360. But instead of like doing this on Get to everyone, I just wanted to do a 360 on both of these just to boost the damage on them. But since the small fry already are defeated, I went for the Zangetsu on the big ones to recover health and keep my limiter up. Very simple enemies to deal with, but since both of them are fucking hell, most of them are freezing enemies, it's gonna be torturous. The final part of this fight, I just said screw it because I never used the Fused Legion at all during the case completion, even in the beginning of the completion. I said screw it, I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna fight this serpent with fused form. It was very fun. And with that slam down, we are done. Yes, you do get some points for using Legion Fusion as well, so if you want to use it for fun, go right ahead. So I ain't stopping you. Just only use it for style, not for time.
Go too.
The final chest that I was missing in general is the one at the very, very tail end. Also, don't forget to take a picture of Yosef's laboratory. So the game gives you like so much room to like move around and all that. I literally just went the entire like edge of the area because I do not trust the game sometimes with its area. But instead of going after Akira, you go up the stairs to where Yosef was, and we get the final chest here with the Lappy Hollow Mask, for the first time at least. And we get Supply Snatcher, which means we've gotten every single chest in the game. It was funny that we got the achievements for every single, for like, this game. But But yeah, just go to where Akira is. We get to start the fight with him.
Be a Legionist. I thought I could finally take care
And we get to have
It's not like yours. I'm just another one of Yosef's projects.
yeah, just to do the fight again with good old
Dad.
fight. This fight with Akira though is very cool. But if you know what you're doing and know how to fight the funny way, you'll be fine. Especially since like the ground pound, him being held on, slow attack really does hinder his ability to fight us. Also, the reason why you can't go up the stairs in general when you fight Akira or the brand new legions that Yosef made is because there's an invisible wall that always that just spawns when he shows up. So there's no way for you to just go up there. It's really dumb. So you have to actually get it before the fight even starts. There's no way for you to do it before.
To save the human race.
Anyway,
Nothing more.
back to the whole fight with the brand new
They form the core.
The brand new
of great
projects.
salvation that will begin very soon.
said it before in the beginning of this, at the beginning of I think the fight in the LP.
To awaken at least
Take out the goddamn Beast Legion,
as a Legionist.
or take out the Wolf, because his howl is the most annoying thing.
Thanks to Genesis.
Instead, it's like stun mechanics. They're good when you have them. They're terrible when your opponent has them. So just beat up the Wolf, and yeah.
That's when you truly awaken as a Legionist.
After that, you can now deal with the arm, because
Another Legionist.
Gravity Storm is kind of annoying, but it's not as annoying as being held on to be grabbed and pummeled.
After everything I learned from my Legion research,
2, and we got Gravity Storm, but that's fine. We just need to do damage. If you take out the arm upgrade,
another breakthrough.
they just the Gravity Storm disappears, so it's really good.
That process and the mechanism.
Round 2 is just the Arrow Legion and the
I truly couldn't have
yeah, the Arrow Legion and the good old the Arrow upgrade and the Axe upgrade. Though the Arrow upgrade is more annoying to deal with because it disappears, I would honestly say get rid of
in honor of your service.
the Axe upgrade for the reason that if left alone, it will be doing its shockwaves to deal damage on you, and since it is like an Axe type enemy, it will do massive damage. So take them out immediately if you do not want to deal with the damage you can do. But if you just want to take out the arrow one, go right ahead. There's no like set order to beat them in. But have fun. Arrow's down, now we can go back to deal with the axe. Howl him, and then we get to do the rest. The final one, the sword one, is not that hard. But it's kind of funny that he saves the sword one for last. So yeah, just deal with the sword. His triple sword ability did not even connect, so as you saw, you get to see the triple sword just fly off into the background. It was very funny. But now we just have to deal with him. And that's like the last line of defense of Yosef before he just transforms into his Noah form. Take it down. Good old S+. Let's dance, Yosef. Nothing changes in this part. It's still like a what do you call it? It's still a not a chore, but still a astral jumping spree to do. So do be mindful of that. Also, it's very funny you can do this, like take a picture of him while the attack's going in. And if you are not lucky, but really know how to time your camera presses correctly, you can take a picture of Noah, Soul of Ambition, and have it that he's sucking when he's like trying to get you into him to feature from the inside. God, you guys can tell that I have not recorded for a while. It could just be like a moments before disaster thing. It's pretty funny. But yeah. Get to the end, we'll be fine at this. You guys already know how this yeah, like how this good old fight is. If you even want to call it a fight, it's still just a jumping bonanza. But I will say this, I do get through this part without falling for one, so we don't have to do the fighting or like the whole, yeah, like the whole fight or the whole jumping all over again. So yeah, that's great. I'll just let the music roll while we're waiting for the next part of this case. Also, don't do what I did before and try to auto-bind him, because that almost costed me an entire reset of this platforming section. So you get a lot of time to take a picture of that before you get sucked in. So kind of funny if you can attempt to do that. Go ahead. Also, I don't know why I do howl when I can't do anything, but I do hit rush. I do slow shot on the Noah's core to do damage. Also do take a picture. I think I already took a picture of him in other playthroughs, but yeah. Noah's core here is a timing thing. It's not all about the style. It's not all about the points. Excuse me. Beat this. Take out the core as fast as you can to get an S+. I know this is one of the cases that I got an S. I think on my original recording of this. So yeah, just try to do damage to the core and keep sustaining damage to the core with either hit rushes, slow shot to slow its attack down, and stuff like that. Blue shield is tremendously useful for this fight, since you'll be knocked around a lot if you do damage. One of the other things is that it's electric attack here, and you cannot rush your Legion into it. So just try to keep it intact. Try to do your sync attacks and all that. And once it goes back to normal, you just got one more thing to do. End of that fight. Cracking the core within 1 minute and 5 seconds. Now we get to do the final fight of this, the Noah fight, and it's still the long fight before, so we have to like wait for him to do the cube and all that. But I know one of the recordings I did, I know I didn't put it here, but one of the recordings I did was simple on the fact that, yeah, it was like a very funny fact that I had a Aero Legion being in the hit rush before, in the background for the whole cutscene of stopping Noah. It was very funny. Anyway, now we get to wait for him to go make the cube again. Doing this fight all the time, it just puts in perspective how much I have played this game and done this fight before, to just know when to just stop and when to go. But that doesn't excuse the fact that I still don't know how to avoid the insta-kill. Because imagine that, imagine avoiding an insta-kill. You can be amazing at some things, but the more simpler stuff goes right over you. But yeah. Also, these fights in general are like not a simple way to do parries and all that. The ice attack is one of the best ways to do it. Also, if you want, you could try to individually shoot each of the things at the top to get them out. But since you saw, the shots do not give you iframes, so you'll be like tanking hits. So don't do that. Be mindful. Just avoid them. Don't try to get rid of them. Also, trying to do the good old parry is also going to be very beneficial to speed up the fight, though. Now that we're at the hollow cube, we just have to wait for him to show up to do the same song and dance as before. Also, the auto lock on the night. I don't know if it gives you the correct one or just that. Also, very surprised I got the what do we call it, the perfect dodge with the beast to cause it to just spawn behind him, and I got a free howl on him, do damage. We're getting to, I think, the near end. He's just closing in the walls now to cause him damage. Just running it close to get the final parts of the fight. The hair attack does not get howled though, but it does get affected by good old slow attack, so do be mindful of that. Also, just doing that just to get in closer so he doesn't have to do damage. So very surprised that worked. So very damn funny that the attack of the Axe Legion hit him while I was frozen. So boosted into excuse me, to the Noah Prime fight. Also, you can howl him if you want, but it's just ineffective since Noah Prime just immediately starts to finish the cube. Basically, your best friend is the Beast Legion to avoid any of the attacks. Do be mindful of your limiter though. Your best friend will be the like, not limiter expertise, but the item to increase your limiter, or like refill it, because you're gonna be going through a bunch of limiter. So do be mindful. If you have those items on surplus, put them on your list and use them like the goddamn no tomorrow. The only reason why I'm still not using any howls is because I'm just waiting for him to make the entire cube before just going all gun-ho on yeah, like before I'm going like all gun-ho on damage and all that. Now he's down. Just waiting for him to do all the stuff. Howl was misused, but apparently it didn't use. Though I did hear the animation, it didn't use. Do the same song and dance, and just go behind him. And just deal attacks from the back. That rush attack is very, not annoying, but one of the worst things you can do, because he'll just pile on damage. If you're very low on health, he will take a life out of you. That's why Blue Shoes really recommended for that rush attack. Also, very surprised I got him in a chain bind when he jumped up. Kind of sad that he avoided the howl, but doesn't mean he gets to avoid the hit rush. Round bullet, just to do damage in general. Was really wanting to do was really wanting to do a good old parry, but nope, didn't get it. God, that attack where he just lunges at you or your Legion from like far away was very funny, because he lunged at the Beast Legion when he howled, so I think he still hit the Beast Legion, but after that he just howled at the point where he just got fucked. Also, the camera angle in this game is the best. Just avoid the good old spiggly goo. I think we're also nearing the end of this fight. We just got a couple more things to do. Basically, if you also want to make this fight a lot easier, if you know you cannot beat him very fast, plug in every single, I think it's in general, bring anti-decibel, which means you can't get howled. And that will just make the fight not easier, but it will make like his howl meaningless. I don't know if it overrides anti-decibel, but with this whole cutscene coming in, that's the entire completion for this game. Act 2 has been officially been done, and then we get to move on towards Act 3. I still love this cutscene, bro. I wish this game got a sequel or a prequel sequel, man. I really do. This game was fun. This game was awesome. And I do wish this game got more. I know I got a reference in Bayonetta 3 with the with Bayonetta wearing like the Lappy suit, which to me and my brother, when we saw that, we thought it was Astral Chain 2 and not Bayonetta 3.
You've got to.
But yeah.
Please do it.
Also, I kept the ending for this just for like,
I'm sorry,
I don't know, like a mantle being taken up,
sister.
since the male saved the the world. Yeah, so I made it like a little mantle taken over since like the male saved the world once. Now I said it was like the female's time to take the completion and just take the rest, since she was the original Akira that took out everything. With this final swing, Act 2 is completed and we get to move on with the rest of the game. Strike him down, Axe. Also, who needs the credits? But with that, everything has been completed for Astral Chain. All the red cases have been done, 16 red cases, 3 blue cases have been done, all the items have been collected, and if anything, once we hit next, you get to see a very big surprise. Since everything has been collected and everything has been completed, you get to see a brand new S+ on that evaluation. I'll explain what that means in the next episode, but I will say, each rank has their own thing, so have fun if you want, alright? Next time on Astral Chain, we're going to be going through, well, Act 3. We're going to be starting up Act 3 for you guys to enjoy. And in the middle of that, you're going to be seeing 2 brand new LPs to at least appease some variety, because, God, this game has been going on for a while. Thank you for joining me today, and hope you all have a wonderful day.